Hey, we are back on the Pig Trail visiting with Arkansas Athletics Director Hunter Yurachek. Hunter, first of all, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Great to be here in Omaha still.
Still. Hey, I packed for it, and I hope you did as well.
I did. I've had to do laundry once.
That'll work, but I tell you what, it's all well worth it. We were just talking about that off camera, you know, being here in Omaha for 2 weeks and get an opportunity to see Arkansas in the College World Series Finals. When you hear that, when you hear Arkansas in the College World Series Finals for the first time since 1979, what goes through your mind?
Well, I just got chills coming up my spine again, and you know, we're one day removed from kind of earning that right, and so excited for Coach Van Horn, and you know, a long-time Arkansas baseball person, phenomenal coach, been here several times, and now finally getting over the hump and an opportunity to play for a national championship, and for our players. I mean, we've got just a really a very tight-knit group of players on that baseball team, and that's a credit to Coach Van Horn and the culture that him and his staff have built within that program, and they're playing their best baseball right now. I think, you know, we're pitching very, very well, hitting very, very well. It's somebody different every game at the plate that's picking each other up, and so you just can't focus on one player, and we've got a great opportunity to win a national championship this week.
Yeah, when you look around here in Omaha at all the red that's littered throughout the stadium, what about that, considering, you know, it's close distance, you know, only about 6.5 hours from Fayetteville?
Well, I don't think we've seen anything yet. I think I think, you know, it hasn't been a sprinkle. We've dominated the fans so far this week. I think when you get to Monday, Tuesday, and if we have to Wednesday, Razorback Nation is going to turn this into Bomb Stadium here at TD Ameritrade Park, and I can't wait to see it because it's going to be something. I mean, just coming up here, you see the flags flying, the Arkansas flags flying, and as you walk around downtown Omaha in this area, you see everybody in their Arkansas gear shouting out "Woo Pig" and calling the Hogs, you know, on a whim. It's been a pretty neat atmosphere here so far. We've got an unbelievable fan base, and I'm just so thrilled to be a part of this.
You just mentioned a lot of the great aspects of this year's team. So much balance. You know, you got the defense, you got the hitting, you got the pitching, and we saw on display against Florida a game where, as good as this team is offensively, hitting 302 as a team, this team pitching-wise, what it did against Florida was huge.
Yeah, Isaiah Campbell, you know, set that tone. You know, I think he was perfect for 4 2/3 of an inning, and really allowed us to get to our bullpen. And then you got Jake that came in and gave us 2+ good innings, and of course the big guy Matt Cronin came in and shut that down. And you know what, you know, Matt getting into that Texas Tech game and getting a little bit of the rust off because he hadn't pitched. I think he was Matt Cronin last night, shutting Florida down those last 2 innings.
Absolutely. You know, the thing about Dave Van Horn, you mentioned as well, obviously went to 2 College World Series at Nebraska, but being at Arkansas and taking him now to the College World Series for the 5th time at Arkansas, what is it about Dave, do you think? I mean, for me, I watch him, and it's that calming presence that he brings to the team.
Well, you know, I was just having that conversation with somebody. They said Dave didn't used to be that way. And because I was remarking at how calm Dave is. You see him walking around the hotel here today. You saw him yesterday at a restaurant eating, and he's just chilling. He's with his wife, Karen, his 2 daughters, and I think he's just taking it all in. I think it's the fact that he's been here before, and he understands what it takes to get to where we are now, and I think he has a calming effect on our team, and I think they take the field every night since they've been here with a lot of confidence. And you know, he talked about his pregame speech last night before the game was very, very simple. He said, you know, you were in Omaha. I don't need to deliver a Newt Rockne speech. You're in that press conference. He said, I went out and told the guys, you know, they've got the best player in the conference. They've got the best pitcher in the conference. I think we're the best team in this conference. Let's go show them.
Absolutely.
And that was his message last night before the game.
You know, the other thing, it seems like the people here in Omaha, based on his connections to Nebraska, are really starting to rally more and more around Arkansas. Now, who knows what's going to happen here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if we get to a Wednesday, but it seems like there's even more people out there wearing red now that are not from Arkansas.
Sure. I think you're exactly right. And I think especially if Oregon State gets through and wins and they're in that championship game, this crowd will be dominated by Razorback fans, whether you're truly an Arkansan and a Razorback fan, or if you're what you're talking about, that Nebraska convert that just wants to see one of your own and Coach Van Horn win this.
I want to ask you about something not related here to Omaha at the time, but it has been out there in terms of what's upcoming for Baum Stadium. And it's going to be great when you get that new clubhouse in there and the extra features. How is that going to come about, and what's the timeline for that?
Sure. You know, when I first arrived, I had each of our coaches take me for a tour of their facilities, and Coach Van Horn and I went through Baum Stadium, and obviously a great place for a fan to watch a game. Great fan amenities with the suites and the views, and we packed 12, 13,000 in there on a great night. But what we're falling behind on is the student-athlete amenities, our locker room, our team room, our training room, the weight room, the amenities that you're really going to sell young men to come to our program on.